know it's fact. The high violence in the black neighborhoods that have the highest violence have a ridiculous rate of single mothers. These are facts.
But there's a lot of other factors that come into play other than being a single mother as well. You know, it's being a single mother. There's so many different factors that go into it.
Go on, tell me that.
So it's not just
because
those it's not just because.
I didn't say just because.
Well, one of the main.
And listen, okay. If your doctor told you eating meat is one of the largest causes of having cancer, would you say it's not just that? There's other factors, because there's a lot of people who eat meat, smoke, and don't have cancer.
Okay.
Like, I don't understand you guys
arguing. That's very true.
You look for the places.
You asked me a question. You didn't even allow me.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What question? Go ahead.
All right. First thing is again. You know, you have the school system. You have the way we're being portrayed on television. You have all of these different factors that come in that affect the black community, and in turn, you're gonna have homes that have, you know, single mothers as well. So as I said,
so the school system causes the single mothers. What causes the single mother?
No. We're talking about the violence in the black community. That's what we're talking about. I'm
saying, but you brought those things back to the single mothers. The violence, you're saying the school system is the cause of violence in the black community.
One of the causes. That's also a contributing factor.
Which one do you think is the major cause?
What do I think? I think it's a whole mixture. I think it's
no, it can't be everything is 10%, 10%. What do you think is a major cause? Whenever you're going to tackle a problem, you do have to tackle one. Even when you're cleaning your house, you have to clean the room you think needs the most attention.
The major cause is the system that we've been in.
No, I said the major problem. The major problem. What's the major problem?
That is the major problem is the way the structure of the system is right now.
What system? What do you mean the system? Explain.
Well, okay. Well, being in the United States and all the history and all of the things that we've been through have put us in a situation.
So why don't we leave?
That's how these. Why don't we leave? Because we've become our own worst enemy. You know, we look at each other the same way that the oppressor looks at us.
Why don't we have a large exodus of black people?
Because they believe that this is the best country in the world. That's their belief system.
So if they believe it's the best country in the world, why is it that they're okay? If this system is causing them a problem, why wouldn't we see more incidences of the system fucking with them than when them fucking with them? Because we see more incidents of black people messing with each other than this system doing.
I agree because we've learned how we act just like the oppressor. We are the oppressor. We do exactly what they do. That's what we learn. That's why, you know, when guys sing the national anthem, they cry. And when they see one man kneel down, they're like, "How can you do that?" Because we are our oppressor. I don't think the black woman is the main. I'm not saying that they're not a problem either, but they're not
the main problem because they're the first teachers of these children. They're not the main problem. I can tell you why they're the main problem. Because they're the first teachers of children.
Taught by. But who are their teachers? Their teachers is the system that we live in. That's their teacher.
Their teachers is somebody who's telling them to love the system. You can have a system and someone tell you to hate the system.
Of course.
The Taliban does it.
Who tells them to love the system? What do you mean?
The Taliban tells their people to hate the oppressor. Normal people tell them to hate their oppressor. White people came over and hated England, and they were from England. You can't say that just because somebody... Listen, Henry VIII got his head cut off because the people were tired.
Okay.
So black people being here this long, seriously, they would have gotten tired. You can't keep blaming the system when they know what the system is. How can I not blame black women when as soon as someone like me steps up and says something, they knock you the fuck down? They're worse than the system.
There's not one other person that I hear online that's in this lane that has more black women calling than you. So black women are your number one supporters.
Yes,
they believe, they follow, and they are.
Hold on, wait. But they also are the number one people who are causing it. You see how you were able to say number one? And I'm not arguing with you?
Yeah.
I can say they're the number one problem in the black community because they're literally teaching their kids to love the system and to be a part of the system. They praise men for going to jail and not college. That's a problem, sir. They have children knowing they can't afford them because the system will help them fuck over the man. It's not that the system will just give them money, because they don't give them enough money to live high off the hog. They give them power over the man. That's why they do it.
Of course, but you see, you're quoting that's what the system is doing, correct?
No, I didn't.
The system is
I
giving
said
them this
the
power.
women are
You
understanding.
said the system.
No, I'm saying the
They
women
understand
are
the system.
understanding that they have power over the man. White woman can get the
Who
same
gave that
power.
power?
The white woman can get the
Okay.
same power. The Asian woman can get the same power. Every female in the United States could get that exact same power over their men.
And they do exercise it. Women in divorce court, they get half of these young women marry the rich white man, and they take half, or the rich black man, whatever nationality the wealthy man is, and they take half of it, and they take advantage of a system that's been established for them to do that.
They're
That's
still
what
not
they do.
raising. You don't see white girls who have babies by old white men, have a baby by them or whatever, take their money, and then their kids grow up to be killers.
But in a white community, they get to do drugs, they get to do things, and they get 1,000,001 chances after they mess up, where we don't get these same chances. So they get to
it's
do
a white
drugs,
community that's killing each other at the same rate as the black one in Chicago. Wait. If white people got money and black people need it, why aren't we killing them? What you're saying makes no sense. There's a guy with water, and there's people who are thirsty. There's a guy with water, and there are people who are thirsty. But the people who are thirsty are killing each other instead of the guy with water.
That's not all from the black woman. That's what I'm saying.
Usually when you have a father in the house, you have rules in the house. Usually a father understands working for money because there's no system to give him money. So I cannot blame men when the stats show that when men are single parents, the kids turn out well.
I agree. All right.
That's all I'm saying. Because what is it that men teach their children? We don't have anybody that gives us something. Nobody's giving us money because we got a fat ass. We got to work.
Yeah, we do.
So because we have to work, what do we teach our children?
Appreciate it for it.
To work. Think about it. How do we teach our daughters? We don't go around putting pictures of our daughter up on Instagram of her poking her ass out at 13. We don't want nobody looking at our daughter, right?
No, I agree. No way.
So by logic, we would raise a better group of children because they'd be more responsible. Because men are being held to we're being held to standards. When we don't pay child support, we go to jail. When women have kids that they can't afford, they get somebody to help them. Right now, a fine woman could cry about she don't have nobody. Her phone's about to be cut off. People will help her. If I sit up and cry about my damn phone getting cut off, they'll make videos laughing.
Yeah. They say, "Oh, you losing all your money now? Look at you."
Right. So what I'm saying is they are the main cause of violence. Because let me tell you what, men know, and you know this as a man. If you was in my face, you'd have to parse your words. Because if you said the wrong thing, you and I could fight. Same thing I would do with you. I got to parse my words with you. Because if I say the wrong thing to you, you might not only whoop my ass, but the people who watched it would be like, you shouldn't have said nothing to the nigga. You didn't want your ass whooped, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Change that dynamic and say that I'm talking to a woman. She can call me every name in the book. She can say any disrespectful thing she wants. She has no fear of me doing something to her. That's why black women are making violence normal in the black community, because they're teaching their children to be just as disrespectful as them. The difference is, when a woman's disrespectful, dude's still trying to fuck her. I've argued on my show with some fine chicks and ended up fucking them after I argued with them. I ain't never hung out with no nigga and tried to do nothing intimate with him when I argued with him. Why?
Oh, man.
Women always got a back door into the front door.
Man.
That's all I'm saying.
Man.
So when they are raising their children, they raise their children from their standpoint of life. And their sons think that it's normal to be like their mom, yelling and arguing at motherfuckers at the drop of a hat. And what happens to son when he does what mama does?
Yeah. Yeah.
He gets shot.
Yeah.
He get beat up. He get stabbed. He get arrested. But he learned from mama that that's how he should react to stressful stimuli. Yell, argue. Have you noticed all them dudes, plus me, who sit around arguing online, what kind of backgrounds do we come from? Every one of us had no father. You don't think that's a coincidence? We're offering to...
Yeah, I had a father. You're right. I had a father there.
Even your tone. Listen to how your tone is more relaxed than mine.
Yeah, that's true.
We act like the women who raised us, and even when we're trying to not be that way, we do it. Because it's in our DNA.
Yeah, that's wow.
I look back at a video of one of mine. It's one of my most embarrassing videos. And it wasn't the one when I was with that woman. It was the one where I was in the streets in Atlanta. And I was with my daughter. And these niggas was fucking with me as I left the restaurant. Guess what I did? Set up there getting in their face, pointing at them with my 8-year-old daughter with me. Knowing that niggas are stupid. What would have happened if they'd have shot me in front of my child? What would have happened if they'd have shot my child trying to shoot me?
Yeah, especially dealing with these Negroes is not the best thing to do.
It was the dumbest thing for
Nah,
me to do.
it would have been terrible.
I apologize for my daughter since that happened. I don't have a problem with noticing that something's wrong. People was in the chat room like, yeah, Tommy real. I was like, no, Tommy real stupid. Niggas was giving me credit for being real like that. My child was with me. I've apologized to her every time, and I've said I'll never do that to you again.
Yeah, that's dangerous. So you attribute that to you being a single parent home? You doing that, baby?
No, I attribute that for me being like my mom. I ain't gonna let you just say something to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't, as a grown man, just walk away from a bunch of niggas who wish they could be me. Do you not understand that I was with my child? I'm out here balling in Atlanta. Them niggas wish they could be me. But what did I do? I gotta get you told. And my daughter was like, it's no problem, Dad. And that made me feel worse. Because my daughter thought it was normal. It was okay. That means I taught her that.
There's some men out there, too, that teach their kids that type of, that gang behavior and all of that stuff, smoking in front of their kids, drinking 40s and having their kid on their lap while they're doing all of that stuff. There's a lot of men that do the same thing, It's just, as I said, these women are empowered to be single mothers, They get child support, they get all of these different things for being a single mother, so it makes it easier for them to push the dude.
That's all I'm saying. So I got to look at it and give the people, if you got control, I got to talk to you and give you, remember, if I tell you you're the coach, you're the GM, if the team sucks, it doesn't matter that you say, well, the players were drafted high, they just didn't, You are the one who picked them. I got to say, nobody has a problem with saying black women are the backbone of the black community. No one ever jumps in and says a word. So if they're going to be the backbone of the community and they accept that title, shouldn't they accept the criticism that comes along with it?
They should. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the backbone of the society.
I agree, but it is what they're called. Yes.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
And if they accept that title, because black women don't come back and say, no, we shouldn't be the backbone. The man should. Black women accept that title with a smile on their face.
They love it.
They
yeah.
So if they love it, then they should love the criticism, right? There were blacks who were oppressed in the 40s more than they're being oppressed now. Why weren't they killing each other then?